We're about to get underway then with our pre-final for the seniors. You just heard from Josh Price on pole position and from Tom Meyer, who's going to be starting 5th on the grid after a good charge through yesterday. On Twitter, Maureen Ward from back in the UK says, good luck to Brett Ward with AIM MS Seniors from Nan in Hayes in Middlesex. So Brett Ward, who's quite high up on the grid, 4th on the grid with lots of support back home. On pole position now, it's Josh Price. 3 wins out of 3 in the heats yesterday. Lucas Bartosuk is 2nd on the grid. Marino Sato and Brett Ward will be joint the 2nd row of the grid. Tom Meyer and Josh White on the 3rd row of the grid. Josh White might well have been 2nd or 3rd on the grid, but for a lowly finish in the 3rd heat yesterday. Got tangled up in the melee at the first couple of corners. Had to very quickly visit the pits to fix an exhaust. Otherwise, he'd have been higher up the grid. But 6th place, not too bad for Josh White. Let's see how he goes. He was quick here at this event last year. Particularly good result in the pre-final for him. And then on row 4, we got Jessica Batman and Max Aitken. Max, runner-up in this event last year, got his place through to the grand finals. Oliver Myers and Alessandro Trombelli complete the top 10. Then on row 6, we've got Ralph Aron, who's moved up to seniors this year, and Victoria Pankiewicz, who qualified really well on Friday and is quicker than 12th on the grid would suggest, but coming together in the first heat put her back down there. She came together with Carl Fowley also. He's a lot lower down the grid than really his pace deserves to be. So Carl, watch for him coming forward from 13th on the grid, runner-up in last year's Euro Challenge Championship. Gamma Rowe starts 14th. On row number 8 then, Abdullah Al-Rahawi, who was quick here last year, and Sam Marsh, who was very quick on Friday, quick in the races yesterday, but with some bad luck. Row 9, Casper Bilecki and Charlie Turner. Row 10, James Johnson and Carlos Pinto. Row 11, Julian Falchero and Jose Sierra. And then on row 12, Andre Sau and Jarno Eklof. And finally, on row 13, Nicholas Grons starts 25th and last. So just completed, or just about to complete, the 2nd of the warm-up laps. The senior race is going to be held over 10 laps. The final this afternoon will be a longer 14-lap race. So Josh Price will be on the left of your screens if you're watching on RGMMC TV. He's got the pole position and the run into the right-hander. Lucas Bartosuk will be trying to make another of his good starts from the outside of the road. The race gets underway and Bartosuk makes a tremendous start. I reckon he's got the lead of the race here. So terrific start from Bartosuk. Straight across to the inside. One's going all the way down on the grass through to turn 1. That's somebody from inside the top 10. Has just gone all the way down the inside of turn 2 on the grass and then rejoined, but avoided a spin, so rejoined in the middle of the pack. Try and work it out when they come back around. Bit of bodywork has flown off one of the carts as well. But at the head of the pack, a great start for Lucas Bartosuk. Josh Price staring at the back of somebody else for the first time in this whole weekend is in 2nd place. Brett Ward looks like he's there in 3rd and being pushed along. The top 4 have made a bit of a break for it here, and they work their way into the left-hander at turn 6. The race leader now a couple of lengths clear of Price. So I think he had it in his mind that he got to get a perfect start here. Otherwise, he'd have got stuck out on the outside line. And Bartosuk has been quick off the mark all weekend long with a terrific run into turn 1. And Josh Price from pole position for the first time not leading a race this weekend. So at the end of the first lap, they all come through. Bartosuk, Price, Ward in 3rd place still. 4th place is Josh White right behind him. And now Josh Price goes for a move. Josh White goes for a move just behind. And 3rd goes 1st. 4th goes 3rd. And the two Joshes progress simultaneously there. Synchronised overtaking. But coming back at him is Bartosuk. Price has to run wide out through the hairpin. The top 4 are all together here. Josh Price trying to move as well. Brett Ward, they're all together. They're going to be absolutely grouped and huddled together. There's contact. One runs out wide onto the grass. Price runs wide. He's going to lose 7 or 8 places. And who's that? Brett Ward, I think, that's come off worse, I'm afraid. They all went into the corner. They were almost 4 or 5 abreast, and Brett Ward got some contact there. He went off onto the grass. Price also lost a lot of places. He's probably down in about 8th or 9th place when he rejoined on the track. So that was mightily tight. I think it was Brett Ward that ran out wide, or was it White? We'll have a look when they come back around. But ferocious stuff out there at the head of the field. I'm trying to work out who is the one that dropped down the order from the lead group early on as well. Marino Sato, I think it was, that was going down the grass into turn 2 because he's at the back of the field. Right, so here's the order. Bartosuk leads. Jess Batman has come through all of that into 2nd place. Tom Meyer up to 3rd. Sam Marsh is 4th. Carl Fowley is 5th. Max Aitken is 6th. Charlie Turner 7th. Josh White settles into 8th place, Kasper Bilecki 9th, Oliver Myers 10th, Carlos Pinto 11th, Pankiewicz 12th, Al-Wahawi 13th, 14th is Trombelli, Aaron is 15th, Josh Price down in 16th place, I'm afraid. And Brett Ward, we know, dropped right down the pack as well after that bumping and boring down at turn 5. So that was really, really tight. They all just huddled together. And it was all as a result of what had happened through turns 2 and 3 and 4, really. Then they all came together into turn 5. So breathless start to the race. Lucas Bartosuk with some determined driving to get to the head of the pack. And he continues to lead the race. Jess Batman, I think, she dropped back into the pack now. It's going to be chopping and changing in this race. She might still be at the head of the pack. Tom Myers, Sam Marsh, Carl Fowley, all in the mix as well. What's the order going to be this time around? No, it's, in fact, into the lead of the race, Jess Batman. So Batman's got through into the lead. And then Bartosuk second. On his tail is Tom Meyer in 3rd place. 4th and 5th run together now. Sam Marsh and Max Aitken. Marsh, I think, ahead of Aitken, who's just at the tail end of the top 6 now. And into the pits with his nose cone missing comes Ralph Aron. So Ralph Aron into the pits with the missing nose cone. That may have been the one that came detached early on in the race, on the first lap of the race. Meanwhile, Max Aitken, while I was watching that, has gained a place. He's got back ahead of Josh White now and into 4th place for Max Aitken. We had a sort of steady day yesterday, but nothing too spectacular in terms of results. So Max going well in 4th position, likes the track, always goes well here. There you can see, going back out now is Ralph Aron on RGMMC TV. He rejoins the circuit, but a long, long way down the order. So Jess Batman carving away through all of that carnage from 7th on the grid up into the lead of the race now. Lucas Bartosuk, Strawberry Racing teammate, closing in though. Little tap on the shoulder of Jess Batman. Through in 3rd place is Tom Meyer in the dark suit. Max Aitken in 4th place. Josh White in 5th position. They all huddle up on the way into turn 2. 6th is Carl Fowley. Those 6 are all together now. And in 7th place, we've got Charlie Turner making good progress here. Max Aitken makes a dive down the inside of Tom Meyer. He goes through in 3rd place. Charlie Turner in the all-red colours is going to gain a place or 2 as well on the exit. But he loses a bit of time on the way into turn 5. So Jess Batman's got a big advantage now over the 2nd place cart, which is Lucas Bartosuk. 3rd position is Max Aitken. And in the aftermath of his move down at the hairpin, where they all bunched up together, White's emerged in 4th. Charlie Turner has emerged through in 5th place now. So some fantastic racing. Has there been any progress for Josh Price? Yes, there has. He's up to 14th position. Damage limitation now. He wants to try and get himself, if he can, back up into the top 10. And preferably on the inside line for the final start. So we want 2 unhappy drivers out there after that ferocious start to the race. Top 6 and now made a clean break for it. Carl Fowley is going to launch one down the inside of Charlie Turner, and the Scotsman goes through. That was a great move from Kyle, under braking into turn 2. Nice and clean as well. And is wheel to wheel for 3rd, and Max Aitken is going to have to concede 3rd place. So Josh White gets him at turn 4 through the hairpin. So now the order is Batman, Bartosuk, who's closing, and closing with him is the new 3rd place cart of Josh White. One of the few drivers that survived all that bumping and boring at turn 5 at the start of the race, and has now slowly worked his way back through the order. So Max Aitken pushed back down to 4th place. Not literally. It was a good clean move from Josh White. And then he got Fowley in 5th, Turner in 6th. A gap then to Sam Marsh, who's 7th, with Kasper Bilecki right on his tail in 8th place. Yellow flags waving at turn 6. Somebody's had a moment down there. Oliver Myers is next up in 9th. Tom Meyer is down to 10th place now. And up to 11th is Josh Price. So Josh Price making ground up here and might well be about to get himself into the top 10. We've still got 4 laps to go in the race. And the top 3 are all huddled together now. Batman comes under fire from Bartosuk. Bartosuk goes down the inside, and Batman relinquishes the lead of the race. And then we've got Josh White going after her and dives down the inside into turn 4, and he goes through as well. Max Aitken goes through midway through the apex, and Batman from 1st to 4th place now, I reckon. And so losing a lot of time. Carl Fowley and Charlie Turner closing in as well. So Bartosuk, our new leader. Good opportunistic overtaking from Josh White as well. He saw that Batman was delayed on the way into turn 3, and he pounced on the way into turn 4, and following him through was Max Aitken. It is so tight out there. So the fact that Josh Price has things have not gone well for him in this race has really opened the race up now and really opened things up for the final. He's up into the top 10 though, Josh Price, so he's having a really strong comeback here. Was down in 16th place at 1 point. 3 laps to go, and they're all still holding on to each other. Josh White looking strong in second place with the yellow helmet, the red and white suit. Can he have an attack here on the way into turn 2? No, the line is covered. He covers his own line and keeps Max Aitken behind him in third. Batman is fourth. Fowley is fifth. Charlie Turner at the back of the group. Max Aitken having a nibble at the inside of Josh White there, but it doesn't work, and he loses time out of the corner, and Jess Batman is delayed by him, and it allows the top 2 to break away. So Josh Price fending off Max Aitken through turn 4. And now that's given him a bit of breathing space to go and attack the race leader, Lucas Bartosuk. He's not close enough into turn 6. Aitken's still there in third place. Batman, and then the tall figure of Carl Fowley, and then Charlie Turner in the all-red colours, who's had a really good run here from 18th on the grid. Just what he needed this after a very frustrating day yesterday. Charlie, who was delayed this year in his progress in domestic and European competition by having broken his wrist, and that really did cause him some pain early on in the season. But he got onto the podium in a big event in the UK recently, the London Cup, held at the Rye House track. So through, with 2 laps to go our top 2. Josh Price is right on the rear bumper now of the race leader, Lucas Bartosuk. But Bartosuk is good on the brakes on the way into that second corner. But it's at the hairpin where Price has made a lot of moves. He closes in into turn 4. He can't quite get through there either. So Bartosuk doing a good job covering off the line, not being over defensive and hanging on to the lead of the race. But Price looks to be slightly quicker at the moment. Cannot yet find a way through. Leading the next group of what's now 7 or 8 carts is Max Aitken. He's third. Batman fourth. Fowley fifth. Turner sixth. Sam Marsh has caught them up in 7th. Bilecki in 8th. And then Oliver Myers and Josh Price 9th and 10th. Josh Price having got ahead of Tom Myers, having a difficult race as well. Tom Myers trying to go with Josh Price, but they're still some way away from the next group of carts and might struggle to gain any more places in the remaining lap of this race. About to round turn 10 and come onto the start-finish straight then are our race leaders. Can Lucas Bartosuk hold on to this and get pole position for the final? He's got 1 lap to go, 1 minute to go, and Josh Price closes in through turn 1. Is he going to have a look around the outside now into turn 2? Max Aitken is coming under fire in that battle for third, but he's still there. He's still hanging on to third place. Into the hairpin at turn 4. Josh Price tries the outside line. Bartosuk's covering the inside line. The next group of 5 are now caught by the others, and Josh Price and Tom Meyer have caught that group as well, and it's wheel to wheel into turn 5 for the lead of the race, but Bartosuk once again fends off Josh Price. Half a lap to go. Aitken third, Batman fourth, still Fowley in 5th and Turner in 6th. Into turn 6, Josh Price looking around the outside, tries to carve back on the inside here. He draws alongside Bartosuk, but he's on the outside line, and Bartosuk fends him off once again, but now on the inside. 2 turns to go. Josh Price has a look. He goes on the grass, he gets alongside, but again Bartosuk fends him off and hangs on to the lead of the race by the skin of his teeth. This is sheer determination from Bartosuk. Good clean driving from both of them, and it's going to be Bartosuk out of the last corner with his nose in front, and Lucas Bartosuk wins the race. He takes the checkered flag, he punches the air. That was a hard fought victory. Josh White with a good fight back in second place. So Josh White in the end just a 10th behind. Max Aitken third, Jess Batman fourth, Kyle Fowley 5th, Kasper Bilecki got through to 6th, Sam Marsh was 7th, Oliver Myers 8th, Charlie Turner slipped to 9th on the last lap, Josh Price stayed in 10th, Tom Meyer was 11th, and Brett Ward came back very strongly in the last few laps of the race to get himself back up to 12th position. But a great battle between Lucas Bartosuk and Josh White there, especially on the last lap of the race. Josh White threw everything at that, and he even went on the grass at one point to try and get through. That was on the run into the sweeping right-hander at turn 8, but it wasn't quite to be. A lonely figure of Ralph Aron crossing the line after his visit to the pits. He's going to be at the back of the field, but it will be Lucas Bartosuk on pole position for the final here at Zuera. He wins the race. Josh White in second place, Max Aitken third, Jess Batman was 4th in the end, Carl Fowley 5th, Kasper Bilecki 6th, Sam Marsh 7th, Oliver Myers 8th, 9th and 10th, Charlie Turner and Josh Price. Tom Meyer 11th, Brett Ward 12th, Nicholas Grentz 13th, James Johnson making progress to 14th, Victoria Pankovic 15th, Marino Sato down in 16th place, but he was at the back of the field at one point. And then Gail Moreau and Alessandra Trombelli were 17th and 18th. Jose Sierra 19th, Andrea So 20th, Jano Eklof 21st, Abdullah Arwahawi And then Ralph Aron, 22nd and 23rd. A non-finish for Julian Falchero, and a DNF as well for Carlos Pinto.